Hi, I'm Nikki, the obsessive bookseller. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to look at my library TBR. I don't know about you, but I use Libby and Overdrive, and they allow you to put certain number of holds on. I get 10, and they've added a new feature where if you're not ready to borrow the title when it becomes available, they allow you to hit hold, where you can suspend the checkout, give it to the next person in line, and it'll just come back around to you when that person's done with it again. And because of that feature, I am no longer at the mercy of checking things out the minute they become available from my library, ergo making my library holds more important than the books that I spent cold hard cash on. It comes at a cost. It means that every single time I'm given the option to wait till later to borrow a book, I do it. So I've had titles on there for a couple of years, some of them, that just keep going in rotation. I keep saying, nope, not right now. Nope, not right now. And it's driving me crazy because I have ones that I really want to listen to, but I can't put a hold on a new one until I clear out the backlog. And sometimes I delete titles off of there just because I get so tired of seeing them on there. So the ones on there right now are actually high priority reads, but what is the likelihood that I will be perfectly finished with a book, and then in that like 15-minute span after finishing a book before picking up a new one, that library book will just suddenly become available because I'm finally ready for it at that moment. Because I pick up things immediately afterwards. I don't even give it time to like write the reviews or anything. We're just always on to the next read. So this is kind of an introduction video to a vlog project that I want to do. I'm going to show you all the titles today that I have on my library holds, 10 of them. And within the next month or so, I'm going to set myself a challenge where I am not allowed to suspend the hold if the library book becomes available. So no matter what I have going on, hopefully I'm going to set myself like a 2-week block of time to do this. Whatever I have going on, it doesn't matter. I have to accept the hold and try to read the book before it's due. I think it's going to be fun. I have a couple of really long ones on there, and I've got one that's kind of being bookmarked for a buddy read. But other than that, it's just stuff that I haven't made time to read, and a lot of them are short. So in preparation for that vlog project, here are the titles that I'm sitting on. Golden Enclave by Naomi Novik. I'm really excited to read this book. If I had purchased it, like ergo spent an actual credit on it or bought the physical title, then I would have already read it. But because it's a library hold, I'm like, no, I'll just wait till I have a good moment because I'm really gonna like it. So I'm waiting on that one. Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I'm pretty sure I put this one on hold before there was even a third book, and now the whole trilogy is out. This is the writer who's responsible for my favorite YA series, maybe second favorite, but it's the Naturals. It's like a crime novel one, and then this one has a lot of intrigue. She's a psychology professor at Yale, and I think her writing is so intelligent. I love everything about it. I have read 1 or 2 duds by her, but the vast majority of what I've read I've really loved. And I've always been interested in this one, but have not my time to pick it up. Lost Metal by Brandon Sanderson. I even requested that my library purchase a copy. Not that I needed to, but it gets you in line well before the title even comes out. So you don't have to wait until the title drops and then put a hold on it. You're like already in line and established because you were the first one to like mention that you wanted to read it. Yeah, so technically I've mentioned that I wanted to read this over a year ago, and I still haven't touched it. Now, my enthusiasm has kind of waned a little bit, no pun intended, because it has been such a long time since I read the third one, and so I'm feeling nervous that if I'm going to jump in, I'm not going to remember enough side characters, because to be honest, other than Wax and Wayne, I really don't remember the names of anybody else in, and I know there's a lot of eggs in Sanderson's works these days, and a lot of them go over my head because I read his works kind of in publication as they came out. So time and distance has really muted my memory on a lot of the character names and the significance. So I'm afraid I'm going to miss stuff if I don't reread, but I don't have time to reread, so I'm stalling. Going Postal by Terry Pratchett. I feel like I'm really going to like this one. It's a long story how it came on my radar. There's an added benefit that my patron Tonya really loves this book, so right there we're good. But it just seems like fun. Like it's a fantasy world where they start a post office. And I love the day-to-day aspect of that, like legends and lattes, very reminiscent of that very low-stakes fantasy stuff, and it just sounds like fun. So we're going to give that one a go. Happier Hour. I didn't write down the name of the author, but it was one of those where my library got a copy and I thought, that looks fun, and I clicked hold on it, and I really haven't paid it any attention since. I really liked Gretchen Rubin's The Happiness Project, and so I'm hoping it'll be kind of like a similar read to that. We shall see. The First Binding by Verdi. I have a physical copy. I've already invested a lot of money into it, but I would really like to not have to buy an audio copy as well. Especially, now I was all fired up to read this one. It was like a 5-star prediction for me. I did a video a few months ago saying how much I am really excited to read it. And then like the internet, like BookTube is just kind of crapping all over that right now. Nobody is liking this book anymore and it's making me nervous, but dang it, I'm gonna read it anyway. So if this one comes up during the rotation, it's also the longest one I have in my lineup, and I would like kind of like feel a tightening in my gut right now just thinking about it. I may have to commit to reading it, even though I'm stalling on that too. Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee. I'm really looking forward to this one. If it becomes available, I'm supposed to be buddy reading it with my patrons, and I'm looking forward to that buddy read. So I may schedule this experiment during the time frame when we were already going to read this book, just in case it pops up. Very excited for that one. Anxious Attachment by Bryans. As it turns out, I am one of the 25% of the people with that type of attachment style. It's something I'm learning about right now. How have I never heard of this before? But yeah, that's definitely my problem. Yay, go me. But I'm learning more about it. I love using nonfiction to kind of psychoanalyze myself and figure out a way to live better, be happier, all that kind of stuff. Usually takes the form of organization, but I do like the deep psychological dives and like, I don't know, just little ways to tweak your life to make yourself happier. I love stuff like that. So waiting on that one. A Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson. I had one hold slot left before filming this, and I thought, what nonfiction book have I been just waiting to read and really excited for, but wouldn't necessarily jump it in line over everything else, and that's Walk in the Woods. I really want to get more into nature books. Nature nonfiction makes up most of my nonfiction owned section, and I don't even crack the spines on them. And it's ironic that the first one I'm going to read right now is one I don't own, but it sounds like a fun story. It evokes to me just hearing about the story a little bit, seeing the cover of this very connection with something bigger than yourself, laid back approach, slow living. I don't know if any of that is in this book, but that's kind of what I want to explore. So looking forward to that one. And then finally, Declutter Like a Mother by Ali Kazaza. She looks like a celebrity and someone I should know, but I haven't heard of her before, and I haven't seen her on any of like the YouTube decluttering field or whatever. So this one's purely because I think the title is cute and I can't have a complete list without some sort of organizing or decluttering book. So really looking forward to that one. I do like the fact that it has a mother's perspective on it. I read one called The Minimal Mom or something like that. That's not the right title. Something close to that. And really liked a couple of the nuggets in there on how to do all of this reorganizing, structuring your life with kids around, because they make everything so much more difficult. Half of the crap, well no, like maybe 90% of the stuff that I deal with on a daily basis that keeps me from doing other things is kid stuff. So yeah, I would like that perspective. I think it would be cool. That's the lineup. I think it's going to be a fun project. I will clarify my ground rules when I actually start the blog, and then I think it'll take place over a 2-week span, and I'll just read through as many as I can. I don't know if I'll get through entire titles or if you'll just get snapshots of each one that I'm able to get through. Now, the really funny thing is if I end up having to put them back on hold because they expire before I finish them, and then they're going to be on there for like another 6 months until I get to the front of the line again. Should be interesting. But I also thought it would be fun to give you an insight into the kind of crap that I find is like high enough priority to take up a precious hold spot in my library. It's a little more eclectic than what you see behind me. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this video. Stay tuned for a vlog coming up within the next couple of weeks, and I hope to catch you next time. Bye.